Pisces. Welcome to a late winter life path reading. It's Raina here, and I'm doing a slightly different spread for this. And this is just to look at, for the next couple of months until the spring equinox, what is going on, what has been going on, what might be, part of your decision-making process. We will see. These like right here. Okay. So this is what we would say is currently the status of your life, and we have the World card, which is the last card of the major arcana. And so this can be about wrapping things up. I was speaking earlier, I think it was about you in a reading I did for, it was about astrology and three things that you should know about 2021. And I was talking about all this activity in your 12th house, the house that you rule. And the World card goes along with that 12th house because it's about endings. It's about tying up loose ends. And this may be what you're really kind of thinking about doing. Now, the time frame of this reading really dovetails nicely with the new moon being in your sign in March. So your solar return, and of course your solar return is going to be whenever, on the date that the sun is in the exact degree as your sun sign, or if you're, for your natal chart when it crosses that threshold into the first house. So that goes along with that period for many of you in March. But the bottom line is that, or late February, the World card can be about graduating. So if you're graduating college in the next couple of months, or perhaps not just undergrad, but master's or PhD, something like that, that can speak about future job qualifications and plans too. So it has like a deeper meaning than just graduation. It means that you're going to be doing a certain line of work, perhaps, or you have more opportunities available to you. The World card can be traveling, maybe long distances, and something like that can be something that changes the course of your life. People have definitely moved somewhere else. Maybe it's either for studying abroad or for a job, and they met their life partner, or they, found a place on the planet that they really want to settle down in. Maybe it's completely across the world. So traveling can not only expand you, but it can provide you with the experiences that you were destined to have. Now, I picked a card for 2020. What were the lessons learned? And we have the Four of Cups. Now, it's really funny to me because there are some positive attributions to this card. I've heard like a stable love coming into your life and things like that. And certainly that might be true. But I see these depictions like Pamela Coleman Smith in this Rider-Waite deck. And it seems very clear that the person is dissatisfied. And that is how I typically read this card. And you see the cloud. I love when the cloud is active and doing something. And you could look at that as the universe in the form of a person handing a cup, which can be devotion, affection towards somebody, but the person is just not interested. So, the bottom line, it's like you can be given things It's like love isn't interchangeable. And also, a job that, even if you get a job offer, if it's not something that really you feel very strongly about, it may be very difficult for you to feign interest in this, because Pisces is a rather unworldly sign. And so money is usually not the motivating factor for Pisces people. You need much more than that to feel inspired and motivated to do a good job. So something may be coming to an end, and this is because you finally have realized how much you didn't like something. And again, I've been going back to talking about the shutdown because that seems to be, I think, for a lot of people, a turning point. If they were doing something before that they realized when they were going back to doing it that it no longer fit them anymore. But that doesn't mean that people just said, no, I'm not going to do it. They might have, automatically gone back going, oh, thank God, now I'm going back to work. And then realizing, wow, this isn't, I can't step in the same river twice. Um, I think that's how the saying goes. When you walk in a river, and if you try to recreate it, the circumstances are not the same. The river has moved. Things have changed, and so it's not the same river that you stepped in before. And same thing with anything in life. Um, there's always going to be a difference, and you try to go back and make it work, and it might not. Okay, and the what you're going to expect in the next couple of months, leading up to the spring, leading up to the Sun going into Aries. We have the Page of Wands, which is good news. This can be fresh starts, something that feels very exciting, a new endeavor. Probably the exact opposite of that Four of Cups. So that feeling of being in the doldrums, of not liking what is going on, just this new beginning. Also different than the World card. So that's why I was saying, it's so interesting, the synchronicity of these cards, because we have the ending and then we have the beginning. And I love the Page of Wands. I'm trying not to read these in relationships, because when I'm doing the life path reading, I'm trying to look at maybe your service to others, more than just like personal relationships. But some of these cards do speak to that. There could be like some ending in a relationship because something new is coming in. And we do have here what is coming in, the Two of Cups, which can be a card of commitment, forgiveness, going back to somebody, like reuniting with someone. In a business sense, this could be going back to a former employer, or if you have been furloughed, going back to that business. Now, perhaps there was some ending that spoke of an old position, but maybe you get an offer for a new one. I think it depends on what you decide to do or what you want, because if you're dissatisfied with something and you want to end it, unless it's something that is really different, and I think the Page of Wands really is different. I don't know how much more enthusiastic you would be, but this is a card of or maybe even like a business partnership. But this, I notice these cups here, so I'm wondering if it's something with a creative element or a spiritual element. I mean, that's always a possibility. And then we have here the advice, and this is the Queen of Wands, and this is, she's sitting on her throne. I see she has a black cat. And those, I don't know if those are supposed to be lions. on either side of her. I have this book that I think has all of the esoteric, symbolism of these cards. And I'd love to look at each one of these because I see even like dancing bears on top of there. If you know what those are, they look more like cats or something, but they got weird tails. This card is connected to Sagittarius, and I connect it to Leo because of the royal angle and the sunflower. But in any case, fire energy for sure. It's wands. So this might even be like a timing card of when things start to heat up. There is going to be a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius in May, May 26th. And that is your 10th house of career. So, I mean, that could certainly be connected to career matters. Oops, I don't want to get Google Assistant on because I don't want them spying on me or anything like that. But anyway, the Queen of Wands is also about carrying yourself with confidence. And, to me, it's like stepping into your power in a feminine way, which means in a very intuitive way, not in an aggressive type of haughty, like arrogant type of manner, trying to throw your weight around. More like just embodying this energy of somebody who is successful and confident. And if you don't feel that way inside, fake it until you make it, things like that. And the outcome that I have here is the Judgment card. And this is about cause and effect. This is a card that is connected to Pluto. So it has that element of, the karma of a situation, meaning simply that things that were put into place will, bear their fruit, the rightful fruit. And this is also a card of rebirth. And I do see with the Page of Wands that is also a card that reminds me of spring. And so, although it's also a card of, the bearer of good news, so that can give you the sense of a new lease on life, whatever that is. And if you are going through a divorce or something like that, it can feel like I guess I should include relationship issues because there are some cards here that suggest, dissatisfaction with the relationship, it's ending, maybe the legal judgment of that, and then freedom and feeling that sense of rebirth, and which the Page of Wands certainly also suggests. So, that's pretty interesting. But whatever is going on, I think that if you currently feel like the Four of Cups, if you currently feel in the doldrums, understand that things are changing. The Four of Cups is something from last year, but it may still be lingering. We're only in January, at least when I'm recording this, at the end of January. So it's not like a lot of time has elapsed since 2020. And there's still going to be carryover in the early months of the year until we really define. I think that March will be the time when we fully move forward after a lot of challenges that carried on into the new year. And kind of like I was even thinking with the World card, this unfinished business that leads to new beginnings. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that this resonated with you. If you would like a private reading, I mainly do natal chart readings, either analysis, looking at transits, combination, love. Actually, it runs the gamut, life path. You can check out my specials, the other thing at rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Thanks. Bye.